Hey, what's up, Street Gods? This is Eric Kim from the Eric Kim Street Photography blog. So, currently here with the Haptic Kyoto office. Konnichiwa. So, Anna, what have you been working on?
We've been working on creative every day. So far, I've been working on the cover and it's almost finished. Going really good. Our parts are written out and just in the final editing stage.
What have you been working on, Jennifer?
So again, we've been working on creative every day. I've been editing the text, and now I'm doing the layout for all the pages.
So, Cindy, there's so many of these creative everyday type books on the market. What makes An Eternal Return to the Creative Everyday unique from all the other books out there?
Good question. The biggest contribution to our book is that it's totally different because it combines three types of creative forms: photography, drawing, and writing. Three forms of which a lot of people think like, oh, they don't feed into each other, or they're really unique, or they're different. But for our book, because we're writer, photographer, artist, amazing illustrator, Jennifer also a writer, we're combining all our powers, all our skills combined, and just by working here, we're seeing how our different creative energies and ideas feed into each other.
And it's been pretty awesome. We're all just working at an Airbnb in Kyoto in this like pretty cozy apartment / office, and unlimited coffee, fast Wi-Fi, and takoyaki.
Yes?
Takoyaki.
Yeah, Robin.
Lots of really good food, and so we're so excited to see all the entries for Street Club this week, and also wanted to promote our stuff, of course. Memento Mori shirt designed by Anna, and also upcoming Eric Kim neck strap, optimized for Ricoh GR and small cameras for street photography. Right? So slave labor, back to work.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
so
this video.
unfortunately,
Yes, master.
Kyoto team needs to get back to work, but Eric's gonna do the Street Club review. All of us did a quick look at all the entries for Street Club. Gestures were so phenomenal. The feedback was also really on fleek, really, really detailed and reflective and very constructive. Eric's gonna give it more detailed feedback, but we're gonna get back to work. Thanks for all your support. Bye bye.
All right, out of here, slave labor. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, so first of all, really great stuff with the forum, guys. I'm so impressed with all the amazing feedback that everyone's been giving one another, and really this sense of community for positive photography, because too much of the internet, it's all about, the cameras, the gear, and no one actually talks about real photography. So this week's assignment, and also the last week for gestures, was the reason we did gestures was because to make better photos, you want to capture more emotions in photos. And to capture more emotions in photos is often capturing gestures. So capturing gestures with people's hand against their faces, deep in thought. And one of the best ways I like to communicate isn't just verbally through what I say, but also through my body language, my hand gestures. So I want to give you guys some feedback on some of the feedback for the images this week. All right, so Steve. So what I like about this image is I really love the strong graphical elements, like the IKEA colors. You got yellow, you got blue, you got the frame within the frame, the nice burgundy red here, and the hand gesture here. To me, yeah, this is pretty nice, the black stripe here. I think the angle is just a little bit too high shooting down. I mean, I don't know how else you could have shot it, but perspective-wise, I would have preferred a lower angle because, I want to be more on the same plane as the man with the hand gesture, but obviously the beauty of the light and the gesture are really strong. So, Brijesh, so I actually really do like this photo because I like all the text here, the patterns here, the patterns here. Also in terms of composition, this girl in the top right corner, this girl lying down, and this girl looking over. So there's lots of really nice movement in the shot, and this little girl looking up. And to me, looking at this girl just lying on the ground reminds me of when I was a child again too. So for this image, love the leading lines. All the little stories in the shot. I like the depth. Action back here, the dog looking over, nice white space around. I don't know necessarily if I see the gesture here. I think it's a good street scene. I like this woman looking at you, this kid walking here, and looks like it was shot on black and white film. I'm not certain, but to me, maybe it doesn't have a strong enough sense of emotion because I don't really see the gesture. Maybe it's this lady cooking or ordering the food, but don't really see it here. So Sierra, that's a nice gesture. The problem with this shot is just a little bit too far away. So I don't know if maybe the gesture is this girl jumping up and down playing, or if it's this guy doing this thing. So next time, just try to simplify. Either photograph this girl or this guy. I think the girl is actually more interesting. So to get a clearer shot, you get closer to her, stand about here or behind her here. And you could do is you could hold the camera from a really high angle and shoot downwards to get a simpler background. So snap mode, this shot is freaking awesome. I love, looks like this shot in Amsterdam, I can't be certain. But anyways, I love this man coming from the top right corner, the triangle of his nose, the triangle of his face. It looks like a Louis Vuitton patterned scarf. His hand here. The strong graphical element of his hand and the circles here.
Can I pause you just in case?
Yeah.
Do you need earbuds for mine?
No.
Okay. Just because we will
No,
get
it's good.
ambient noise. Okay.
Also, I like these diagonals here. Also, the tones, the red, the blue, and the fact that all this is clean here. This shot's really strong. Good job, man. All right, so Tom. Oh, interesting. It looks like this was a double exposure or something. So this is actually pretty cool. Quite surreal. Like, nice hand gesture with the bag, and obviously the city on the right is actually, I think this was done really well. To me, the hand gesture could have been a little stronger if you focus a little bit more on the hands of the gestures here rather than just the bag. So what you could have done is getting closer, crouching down, and getting a little bit closer there. So Jeff, this is actually a really nice gesture here. I like the movement, the blur, the Q-tip here, the hand covering up the mouth, the look on her face. I think I don't know if you shot this on your phone or older digital camera, or maybe you just had to do a lot of noise reduction. Is that the skin tones just look a little bit too pasty for me? So aesthetically, I don't really like the look too much, but I think the gesture and the mood is really great, and I like the tilt too. It adds to it. So Alan, I mean, I like the light, and I like the layers, all these different people. I don't exactly quite know what the gesture is here. Maybe it's this man with this here. This shot could have been stronger if you shot a few more photos and just waited till the guy looked over directly at you in the lens. Could have been more intimate. So Omezzo, good to have you again too. So what I like is, I like that gesture of it covering her eyes. I think perhaps this could have possibly been stronger as if you actually, I don't know how you shot this, but ask the woman to look into the lens and having the woman look towards you. So at least you have this one eye focused on you as well. In terms of the framing, it's quite good. And just as a subtle suggestion, I would just recommend putting this out because it takes away from the photo. And this is also a nice look on this lady here, but I think the other one, the gesture is a lot stronger. Oh, interesting. Nice shot, Vicky. Like the high angle shot looking down. Perfect negative space around. You see the W. I mean, I could be a real stickler. I don't really like that, but I don't really mind too much. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool photo. It's pretty timeless. I don't know how you post-process this in case you brought out too much shadows or highlights, but it looks like there's a little bit of a halo around the shadow, which looks slightly unnatural, but overall the gesture and the feeling feels very classic. Nice one. All right, so this is a pretty cool one. This man here with maybe his wife or partner here. Great look on his face. What could have just made this stronger is I want to see the watch. So ask him to put his hand on his chin, because here you don't really have the gesture. So you could either ask him, oh, can you just do this or something like that. Marco. So yeah, I like the hand gesture of this man's hand on his chest, the little heart here, him looking sad, all the graffiti and grit, all the hand gestures here, the gesture here, and the shadows here. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good shot. I think the angle is just a little bit weird. For me, perhaps a little bit less negative space here on the left. I would have just preferred a shot where you just framed it about like here to add a little bit more focus to the frame. But I think it's got strong emotion and gestures. All right, Barry, this is a good one. I love her eyes, the little catchlight in her eyes, the nose, the laughter, the hand claw. And I actually like it how the photo's a little bit off center. Yeah, it's to me this is a little bit cluttered. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but yeah, great gesture. I think it works quite well. So Gladdy, this is a nice one. Having the woman's hands stretching, look on her face, the red bag and the blue, the trees in the background. Yeah, like it's kind of a weird gesture, but I really like it because it's just a little bit less boring than her just sitting there doing nothing else. So NIKH, this is a pretty cute shot. I like this girl jumping up to capture the balloon. What could have made this even more interesting is just focus on the small details. So like next time you get lower and get closer, and maybe just photograph just her heels off the floor to make it a little more mysterious. Or just photograph just the hand and the balloon like framing like this to make a more interesting image. And yeah, so Vincent, this one is kind of fun. I like the hands over the face. Yeah, really quite cool to see how the fingers are twisted here. Maybe next time get a little bit closer and frame a little bit lower to not have all these things here, but I think it's a good one. But yeah, hopefully everything's going well with you, Vincent. God love Shinjuku's Golden Guy. Best place ever. Okay, Alado. Oh yeah, I know this spot here. So the gesture of the statue is pretty good, and I like this guy shooting up. Maybe this could have been this person here. Maybe the shot could have been a little stronger if you had another guy in a suit coming out. But I like that little detail here, chair on top. So Helio. Nice looking at this guy's face, but I don't really see the hand gesture. So maybe just keep clicking until next time you get a hand gesture. All right, so Brajesh. Let's see. Yeah, so in both of these shots, I don't really see the hand gesture. My suggestion would just be get closer, and rather than photographing the whole scene, just try to focus on one happening. All right, so Mark, out of the shots, I think this one's your strongest one. Love the strong hand gesture. I think the reason why this works well is it's this nice simple background. Next time, you don't need all this stuff on the bottom of the frame. You don't need their legs here. So just maybe frame this, maybe something like that. And that'll able to help you focus more on the diagonal of the arm here, as well as this triangle here. And I like that little detail, the street name Kai here. It's pretty cool. All right, so Cyprian submitted a few. Compositionally speaking, I actually prefer your last one. All these nice leading lines, the super low angle, and the hand gesture here. Yeah, and then the frame with this little bookend figure here to add depth to the frame. This one is quite strong. Yeah, maybe, I don't know how you shot this, but maybe shot a few more photos. Looks like he was about to do something a little more interesting with his hands. So Thomas, nice gesture here. Next time, I don't know, just have a little more aggressiveness and just get closer and just focus on this guy instead, because it's a little bit too hard to see his gesture otherwise. All right, so for this shot, it's kind of funny and surreal. You kind of got this dinosaur looking down. Unfortunately, a little bit too much clutter in the background. I don't know how you'd shoot this differently. Maybe stand a little bit closer to this woman, crouch down a little bit lower, and get the hand reaching out towards the dinosaur or something like that. So Max, nice gesture here. I like the bald spot on the back of the head. I don't exactly know what that is or what's going on, and to me the text here is a little bit distracting. What I might do instead is get closer and have just photographed it and made it more abstract, just from the bottom of his neck, the bald head, the hand, and these circular forms on top. So Ryan, this is a nice gesture here, this kid looking at you. What could have made the cherry on top or the small detail is maybe if the doll was looking back at you or something like that too. Alright, so Nenel, great layers here. I love this woman coming from the extreme left side of the frame, gesture here, all this epic light, this flash here, this woman with a gesture here, this couple here. Yeah, this is actually a really beautiful shot. I know how difficult it is to shoot in scenes like this. Yeah, this is a nice shot. You should print this one out big. Looks good. All right, Chris. Oh, I love that. Great laughter here. These here. This person looking sad. Disinterested guy on the phone. This is, yeah, fantastic composition here. All right, so Akira. Oh man, love the character. Feels very Bruce Gilden in a good way. Love the 7-Eleven, the face. Here you don't really have a gesture. It's more of an interesting person. If you want to make a better composition, just crouch down a little bit lower to get a little more of the 7-Eleven and more of this person's right body. But yeah, I wish I shot that. It's pretty cool. So that's an interesting one. Luis, I like the strong graphical forms, the diagonals here. Guy swinging, this person back here. A hand gesture here, but I don't exactly know what that means or how that makes me feel. So while you have good energy movement in the shot, I don't know what kind of emotion that I'm getting from the shot. So Nikolai, this one's really awesome. I love the cigarette, the newspaper, the lighter. Great perspective angle. And then the cool thing is I feel like I haven't seen this shot before. It's very innovative composition. I wish I could have shot this for my Suits project. Nice one, Nikolai. Ryan, this shot is fucking awesome. Just love the eye. Just such a strong hand gesture. Looks like he's about to like blow out his own brains. I would have been scared to shoot this. This is awesome. I wish I shot this too. And Priscilla, just love this gentle light here. This boy looking out. This soft gesture here. That's fantastic. Wow, so we got lots of really good entries this week. So Cindy actually suggested that instead of just one winner, we'll actually give out I'll award 3 winners. Cindy, can I steal you for a second? Because I don't know if I quite understand all the rules. Because there's 3 entries I really like.
Yeah. What's your question?
Yeah, so my personal favorite shots from the week are
This one. I like
this one. So why do you like this one, Cindy? I also would pick this one shot from the snap.
There's a lot of dynamism because of, he's in movement, but also depth. Like you see like a hand that's much closer, and then you have the layer of the actual man, and then you have the background. The out of focusness works for me because it adds to like this kind of jarring experience. Geometric shaped lines really work too. I just love it. The colors are this reddish, brownish hand, and then the blue color. Everything's so great.
All right, so
yeah, I choose this one.
Good job, snap mode.
So I said like the photos this week are so good, so we'll choose like top 3, and then we'll announce like the final winners next week for the 2 grand prizes.
Okay.
That was the one.
And what are the 2 grand prizes?
So the 2 grand prizes. First grand prize is for best photo out of the entire Street Club submissions of 6 weeks. So the grand prize is going to be Vitruvian camera artware designed by Annette Kim over there. Second grand prize is going to be awarded for the best critique, and that's going to be awarded the haptic press box, which includes street notes, film notes, photo journal, and mobile edition of Street Notes. Yes.
And this is also one of my favorite photos. And also Cindy, one of your favorites too. Why?
There's a lot of mystery in the photo because you don't know who the figure is, but you can kind of like tell a story about it. Again, there's depth, which I'm really into recently. So the closer hand, and then the body, and the cigarette. So this person, there's like a mystery and intrigue to the story because he like has a copy of the newspaper tucked between his arm. it just has, and then it's shot with a flash at night, I believe, maybe. So there's kind of this like mysterious tension, closeness, intimacy about it as well.
Feels like it's something I see out of an Alfred Hitchcock film.
Yes.
Yeah, nice one, Nikolai. And my last favorite shot is Ryan's shot, Ryan Nealon. So, what do you like about the shot, Cindy?
No, what do you like about this one? Your turn.
I really like, yeah, it looks like his hand, the gesture, his fingers look like a gun about to blow out his brain. The chiaroscuro, or just like the one eye obscured in the shadows and one eye in the light. And to me, it makes me scared, which is a good thing.
The eye contact is what gets it for me, just because, I mean, most of his eye, or his face is disguised except for his eye, and for me, I don't know exactly the story he's trying to tell, if he's trying to look tough, if he's trying to connect with the photographer or something. And the gesture, you see, I mean, the tattoos, but also like the veininess of his hands. So this person like has a story, and Ryan, you really captured it.
Yeah, bro, good job for a submission. Wait, so can you go over the logistics for...
Logistics. So tonight I will post the last assignment.
Oh, sorry, I thought this was the last assignment. There's one more assignment.
There's one more assignment.
Sorry, totally
That's okay.
confused.
We're so excited, and we've been working so hard. So the last assignment is going to be depth or layers, just because it is one of the more advanced assignments that encourages all of us to think about how to add layers, or, and I have difficulties pronouncing.
Layers. Depth
in your photos to engage the viewer, engage their eyes to lead them throughout the photo. So I'll post the instructions for that one. Remember to upload only one photo.
Only one photo.
That you take that week. So don't just go through your old catalog of photos and find the best one, but actually go out, shoot new photos, upload your one photo, and when you upload it, comment and leave constructive feedback on 3 other people's submissions. Yeah,
because the purpose of Street Club is for you to actually go out and shoot more. And that's why Cindy started. And if you want to participate, remember forum.erickinphotography.com, and you could sign up in the top right corner. If you want to leave a new topic, click here. There's different categories: photography, you guys, for critique, equipment, or the new keep and ditch theory thread. And yeah, there's lots of really good threads on the forum. And the best thing about the forum is that it's an open community that's supportive, constructively helpful, and just kind of fun. Yeah. And it's a lot more fun, I think, than just posting stuff to Instagram, where it's more about likes and followers rather than improving your photography, but also helping improve the photography of other people. So the next week will be the last week. So upload, and remember to go out there and shoot. Leave a lot of feedback for everyone else, and then we'll announce the winners for the 2 grand prizes. And last thing is, we just want to leave you with a little inspiration from Annette Kim. Here's a sneak peek. And let's come over.
Her amazing illustration design for the cover for Creative Everyday.
Can you explain how you made this and why you made this?
So I saw there's this thing called paper quilling, and it's people use these strip of lines as like from a top view, so they'll like glue the bottom of these strips of paper together. So it adds this like sense of depth and all these like creative shapes. And the idea behind this cover was to kind of embody like that creative flow. So there's no sharp lines in here. It's all like kind of very continuous and like almost doodly and flowy, and something just to inspire people to think outside of the box and just to kind of let your mind go where it goes.
Can you open up the shapes tab and then just show how you made a shape and how you put this together?
So basically I just had a few basic shapes that I made that I incorporated throughout the design.
Can you just, as an example, show how to make a basic shape? So we're in Adobe Illustrator right now.
So this is the Illustrator. So what you could do is they have a line tool, You use the line tool.
Your Command C.
Command C, Command V, Control, or copy and paste. And then for these ones, and then what you could do is use the pen tool.
So beautiful.
That's not a great one, but with the mouse it's a lot easier. So basically, you just make a bunch of lines and kind of join them together, which is like art essentially.
Wait, can you zoom into that one there? And then
so this one actually, some of these didn't get used, but it was a lot of fun creating these.
Zoom in more.
Oh.
Enhance.
Zooming in.
So are you saying that
Enhance.
this isn't just random clip art you found on the internet?
No, everything was created from me. I like.
Well, let's zoom into that. Enhance.
I like this one, but unfortunately, these very aggressive, sharp lines didn't work out with the composition. But hopefully, it will inspire you.
Now, how do you copy this over to the other document? Just as an example.
You do V, or you choose this little symbol, and then you click over what you want, and Command C to copy. And see, here are these extra ones that I was trying to figure out where to put them. There you go. Cool thing about Illustrator too is if you hold Shift,
stick that little guy there, just as an example.
So you can also individually change the shapes quite simply, and you could retain the shape by holding Shift. So there it is. You could hold Shift and rotate it around also. Yeah, pretty nifty.
And what are the benefits of using Illustrator, not Photoshop? Because I think most photographers don't know how to use Illustrator.
Well, Illustrator is a really great program to do line work because no matter how big or small you make an image, it'll retain the quality. So if you're not really sure about your composition and you want to change things around without losing the quality, Illustrator is great for that.
Wow,
so no matter
some of these
how
details are amazing.
much you zoom in or enlarge this, the quality will always stay the same.
Oh, so there's no pixelation when you zoom in?
No.
Oh my god. So are you saying, Anna, you did each of these... Wait, can I select these?
Yes.
You did each of these shapes individually?
Well, I did like a few basic ones, as you see from the shape section. Like those little ones you saw are kind of a combination of these that you just kind of manipulate around. So you could make things wider, you can make them longer, or you could do both ways, you could rotate it, but each of these was individually manipulated.
Oh my
which
god.
was so fun, but I hope it really inspires some people.
How many hours does it take you?
3 hours.
Oh my god. How many hours does it take you, Anna?
Maybe probably 20 hours?
20 hours?
I think it was higher. Okay, 20
Wow,
hours
look
for
at these
direct
details.
manipulation, at least 5 more hours of sketching, conceptualizing. And that's for this line work, not yet the coloring.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this.
So Anna, when you're making this, how do you know when to stop?
Well, I think that's the hard thing about just art in general. You know, writing, taking pictures, drawing. That I guess there is no exact end, but at a certain point you have to call it quits, or you're gonna be spending your entire life on one piece. I guess just listen to that voice in your head. You know, when something feels right, then just accept it. Then.
And why are small details important, Anna, like these little guys here?
I think it just gives another element for things to catch their eye and keep looking around with. You know, there's always something in life that kind of captures our attention. We may not realize what it is. So hopefully this will inspire people to maybe add some more detail into their life. Maybe add another layer of depth, interest people, and in turn, it ends up interesting yourself too.
And Cindy, why you title it An Eternal Return to Creative Everyday? I think people understand creative everyday, but what does eternal return mean?
Good question. So this was from a poem that I wrote called Haptic Labs. And one of the lines of the poem is an eternal return to the creative everyday, which is a gesture to Nietzsche's idea of the eternal return, which is this idea of there's a lot of theories, but one of the ideas is that it's a day of which is on repeat, and there's a philosophical question about like if that's good or if that's bad. But in this concept, it's actually every day you're returning to being creative, to creating every day. So if your life was on loop and if you were doomed to live life on loop, instead of it being a curse, it's actually a great opportunity and it's a blessing. You're returning to creating something new every day and you're rejuvenated with energy and excitement through that creation.
That was very eloquent. Jennifer, come over, say bye to the webcam. Say bye to the interwebs.
We're losing her.
So everyone, hold a random something. Hold a Pocari Sweat.
I want the baby
Yuzu sauce.
Oh, this is amazing. This has been getting us through the days. Eggs with this spicy stuff.
So, upcoming Memento Mori shirt. New Air Kim strap. Neck strap for Rico GR. We've got... What is that, Cindy?
This is our special yuzu spicy sauce.
Special yuzu spicy sauce. It's like crack cocaine, but better.
Not for sale in the
Not for sale.
Pocari Sweat.
Pocari Sweat.
All the secrets to feeding
And
into
Anna, your favorite one, show it to the camera.
Isn't this so precious? What is it, beer for ants? Come to Japan and you can get yourself a baby beer too.
It's so small. It's a small one. Okay.
All
All right. Sponsored by Kieran. All right.
Okay.
Signing out
Thank
from
you.
Haptic Labs
Bye-bye.
Canada. Bye-bye.
Sponsor me, give me